watching Fox 17 News this morning.
Top of the 6 o'clock hour, we are continuing to investigate whatever is happening along I-24 in Murfreesboro. We do know that an entrance ramp has been shut down, and we also have had THP, we've had Murfreesboro police, and also the sheriff's office respond to the suspicious vehicle that's now on the side of the road.
We've got the bomb unit on the scene, and the robot is out taking a look at things to see what exactly is going on. We've got a lot of phone calls in here at the top of the 6 o'clock hour, but unfortunately, not a lot of answers.
Yeah.
So Fox 17 is going to continue to work to get you this information live through 9 a.m.
Right now, we send it out to Fox 17 News' Sarah Small. Sarah, I know that you have been on the phones, making phone calls, sending out emails. What have you been able to learn?
Hey there, good morning. Unfortunately, we have not been able to learn much. We really have just been telling you what we have been seeing. Now, traffic is stopped right here, but it is going by in the one lane into Murfreesboro. But what we were showing you, and I think it's blocked right now, unfortunately, yeah, it is, because of the red light that is right here. But we have seen a THP bomb unit sending a robot over to a truck that is on the I-24 westbound ramp from Church Street. Now, that truck has been there all morning long, since before 4 o'clock. Now, we got here around 3:40. We asked police when we got here what was going on, what were they investigating. They said they could not confirm any information, but said that even they were too close to what they are investigating, so they asked us to move further back. So now we have been across the street all morning long providing you updates. Now you can kind of see now that traffic is starting to go by this robot that has it seems like an arm into this truck, looking around and seeing what is exactly inside there. So we're still just waiting really to hear what is going on here.
Sarah, let me ask you a question, because I know you said that they asked you to evacuate further because they didn't think it was a safe distance. How close is this truck to the traffic that is passing by right now?
Well, I mean, I would say a couple 100 feet. I mean, you can see from here, I mean, the line of traffic is just over a grassy median. So it is fairly close. It's a couple 100 feet away, I would say, maybe even less than that. We are hearing emergency vehicles coming this way with their sirens on. They're heading this way. Traffic is kind of stalled right now. But they appear to be, Dalton, if you want to move the camera, let's see if we can show this coming this way.
All right, hey, Sarah.
This, I believe, is a fire truck.
All right, while you're showing us that, Sarah, I just want to bring in a little bit of information here, because you just mentioned how close we think the truck is to the traffic that's going by. Now, we did a little bit of digging here, and while we have not confirmed that there is anything in this truck that is an explosive device, the Department of Homeland Security has some very specific instructions when it comes to handling any kind of package or letter that might be explosive. And the Department of Homeland Security says that there should be a 900-foot outdoor evacuation distance. Which, and I know it may be hard to tell, but that 900-foot perimeter is what the DHS recommends if there is something that's considered to be explosive. Now, that is what we're still working to confirm here.
Right, and I don't know if that is this distance. I mean, they said to us when we pulled up to them that even they were too close and they didn't want us to be where they were. So we came across the street. But again, like you said, Jen, we've been trying to confirm what exactly this is. We have not been able to confirm whether or not this is an explosive device or not. But we're working to learn some more information. And I know Traffic Jam Sam does have information, though, about a detour that'll get you around all of this because the ramp is still closed. We'll send it back inside to Sam.
Sarah, we appreciate you being out there on the ground, giving us that view of what's happening there. This is a view from above, our T-Dot camera looking down. This is the shot from I-24 at South Church Street 231. It's exit 81, also known as Shelbyville Highway, so it has several different names. Now, what you're looking at here, they've turned the camera off of 24, now looking on to westbound and eastbound lanes of South Church Street. Right here where the lights are and that heavy presence, this is the block. This is where drivers cannot get from Church Street Street right here onto 24 West. Now, I've kind of been going back and forth here at this shot because they'll stop traffic and they'll let it through. Looks like mostly it's impacting the westbound lanes of South Church. So I would not personally get onto Church because of the backup and because of the serious situation unfolding right now. So I would avoid getting on or off. Obviously, the interstate here, you cannot get on from South Church onto 24 West, but even getting off or exiting 24 onto this exit, I would not do that or advise that either because of the backup and the situation we are following. So a few different steer clear detours for you, and both won't take you long. I just would not advise getting onto Church Street. You can use Joe B. Jackson Parkway. That is southeast of that scene, or go one more exit up to 99. That's New Salem. You can get on the interstate there, or even up to 96 and get onto 24 West from there. So again, I would avoid South Church Street, and you cannot get onto 24 West from that entrance. That's exit 81. Want to reassure you that other roadways, Vietnam Vet, 65 South, and I-24 East, and from the north and northwest sides of town are fine. This is the only big situation that we are following right now in steer clear traffic. We will be checking back in with Fox 17's Sarah Small as she gets more information right here on Fox 17 News this morning.
All right, thanks so much, Sam. 6:06 is your time. The other thing we're following, your Skywatch 17 Code Red weather alert. And our Code Red threats are going to be for that heavy rain, the potential for some strong to severe thunderstorms late tomorrow night into Thursday morning. And some of these showers and storms could impact your trick-or-treating plans for tomorrow evening. Let's talk about our future track and how much rain we're thinking. A lot of areas here to the north and west of Metro Nashville are going to be hit the hardest. Paris, Camden, up through Hopkinsville into Clarksville and Bowling Green. And that's where we could see anywhere from 2 to 3 inches of rain. Most areas through Thursday afternoon will see on the average of about 1 to 2 inches. It's a little less than what we were thinking with the models yesterday, so that's come down. That's good, but we're still going to have to deal with a lot of that rain. And we do have flood watches now posted for all of southern Kentucky. That includes Hopkinsville, Russellville, Franklin, Kentucky, into Bowling Green. No flood watches yet for the mid-state, but that could change. And of course, we'll let you know if and when that does. Weather story for today: warm temperatures. We're going to be windy tomorrow as well, and also warm. And then those rain and thunderstorms are going to rain showers and storms are going to roll in later tomorrow night. Next 12 hours for today, though, lower 70s by noontime, mid to upper 70s, slight breeze here as you get later into the afternoon, a bit breezy at times, but overall we are seeing temperatures that are going to be much warmer than yesterday. So enjoy today because we do have that rain that's right around the corner. We'll have another update for you on that Code Red in just a few minutes.
Justin, thank you. The time now is 6:07, and new this morning, soldiers from Fort Campbell are on their way to the U.S.-Mexico border, all to help stop a group of Central American migrants on their way to try to get into the United States.
We have 800 soldiers right now from Fort Campbell and Fort Knox in Kentucky on their way to Texas. They're part of the 5,200 troops the Pentagon is sending to the border.
And right now, 3 groups of migrants are marching toward the United States. The first group is made up of about 3,500 people. That's half of about how many people originally set out with them. The U.S. military leaders say we need a big presence at the border in case the 3 groups of migrants merge into one. The number of troops being deployed is more than double the 2,000 who are in Syria fighting the Islamic State group. So a little bit of perspective for you. And a Fox 17 News crime alert this morning for a really just creepy situation in Bellevue.
Unsettling for sure. Police say a man has now showed up at 2 different homes in the middle of the night carrying a rose, claiming to be looking for a woman. Neighbors think this guy may have been looking for a way to get inside of these homes. Now, we talked to some families who woke up to find this man standing outside of their sliding glass door holding a rose in the middle of the night. The man told them that he was looking for someone named Savannah.
He just said he's looking for Savannah, and I said, man, you crazy or something, you know, and he said, I must have the wrong house. And he went somewhere else.
It's kind of brazen. I mean, somebody to do that, I don't know how a person can get that lost. You've got to wonder if they're on drugs, drinking, or just trying to rob the place.
Right. A lot of good questions. Now, Metro Nashville police have not been able to arrest anybody yet, but they are investigating. And just a reminder, folks, be aware of your surroundings. Report anything that might seem unusual.
Also in Bellevue, police are still searching for the people who killed a father. Eric Helfenstein died trying to protect his family from thieves breaking into cars. Neighbors are frustrated with an uptick in these crimes, and some say not having a Metro police precinct in this part of town may be partly to blame. Councilmember Sherry Weiner has called for a special community meeting to discuss safety. That'll be held Thursday at the Bellevue YMCA at 7 p.m.
The general election is 1 week from today, and we know that you've seen the commercials, the flyers, even text messages some of you have received for the governor and Senate race. But Fox 17 News' Justin McFarland is live this morning to tell us about some of the positions that you may not even realize are on the ballot.
Yeah, they can have a huge impact on your life. There's no question about it. We're outside the Howard office building. This is one of the early voting locations. It's littered with signs, as it always is this time of the year. State representative, governor, of course, and a lot of other positions are out here among the signs. Here's some other positions to look for on your ballot coming up here if you go to early vote, or coming up a week from today on Election Day. You can see state representative, state senate is there, as well as mayor and aldermen are huge races in a lot of local communities. And don't forget, those amendments are also there. Now, early voting will end coming up on Thursday. Then the general election is a week from today. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll tell you some of the more popular places that people are casting their votes. We're live this morning downtown. Justin McFarland, Fox 17 News.
President Trump scheduled to visit Pittsburgh today after a mass shooting at a synagogue. Why the mayor is pleading for him to stay away.
Making it easy for your teenager to simply take off. Fox 17 News goes undercover investigating the dangers of Uber and Lyft.
And we are continuing to follow whatever is happening in Murfreesboro along the side of a road. We just got some new information. THP crews showing up at the scene of this suspicious vehicle. We're going to work to get you some more information. We're going to stay with it right now as we continue to follow everything that is continuing to develop right now.
So what we're seeing here, and this is a new development, we have someone from THP now in what looks to be bomb gear.
Yeah.
Now, folks, I know that it's dark, but bear with us here, and there is traffic all around this live breaking news scene. To be quite honest with you, we've been surprised that they've not cordoned this off. This bomb squad investigator is now reaching inside of the driver's side of this pickup truck. We are working to see whether this person is going to take anything out. I saw their arm reach in, and unfortunately, as they're allowing traffic to go by, it keeps coming in front of our shot here.
Now, one of the things that we've noticed in the last half hour too, the THP used this robot, and the robot went over and opened the door. We also saw the robot elevate and look inside. It looked like it was peering inside.
Now, these robots, by the way, have cameras mounted on
Yes.
them, and those cameras send a video feed back to investigators from a distance so that they can see what's in the truck from a safe distance. So now we've got one of these bomb squad unit investigators there right beside the truck, trying to see what they're able to get out. We have been keeping a close eye on a couple of things here. First of all, this is an incredibly high traffic area, as you can see from our live shot. I mean, cars have been whizzing by this since 4 o'clock this morning when we first brought it to you live. They have not officially shut down traffic in this vicinity. You know, we were looking up some information from the Department of Homeland Security, and they do recommend, the DHS recommends that if there is some kind of explosive device, which we've not confirmed that this is, that there should be a 900-foot perimeter outdoors in that event. We have really not seen that kind of a distance being kept from this, except our crews have been shifted across the street.
One of the things that we still don't know as well either is if anyone is in custody in relation to all of this. As we continue to take a live look, it looks like we've got the
two
bomb
now.
technician. It looks like they've opened the door
Yeah.
and looking inside, but we don't know if anyone had been inside this vehicle at the time when someone showed up, when the call came in. We don't know if anyone is in custody. We don't know if someone just found this vehicle on the side of the road.
Now, we have made a lot of phone calls and
Yes,
sent a
we
lot
have.
of emails this morning. We have reached out to police, sheriff, THP via phone and email, working to get you information about what's going on. We know that so many of our Fox 17 News viewers wake up in Rutherford County. We do want to say good morning to you. And in case you're just joining us, just want to set the scene here for you. This is the live breaking news along Church Street,
South Church Street.
in Murfreesboro. This is right off of I-24.
Exit 231.
I-24 traffic is not impacted. However, if you are in Murfreesboro and you are trying to get onto I-24 westbound from Church Street, you cannot. They have blocked off that entrance ramp to the interstate.
One of the things that we've seen as well, we've taken the T-Dot cameras and the traffic behind all of this activity.
Big
boy,
backup.
it has really started to build. I mean, any day on 24, traffic backs up. But when you put into account a suspicious vehicle, a suspicious package, we've seen the traffic really back up. And that's why Traffic Jam Sam is here to get us around the detours.
You know, the other thing here is,
there's the backup there. Start to see it.
Understandably, there is such a heightened sense of awareness when it comes to any situation like this. Unfortunately, here in the last few months, nationally speaking, we have had to report on so many scenarios involving threats or suspicious devices. Of course, we just had last week those series of devices sent in the mail and an arrest made in that, thankfully. And we don't have any reason yet to believe that this is not anything on that level. However, there are enough first responders and investigators here that they are concerned about something to bring in the THP bomb unit, send in bomb technicians to check it out, just in case. Hopefully this turns out to be nothing.
And hopefully we're able to get some answers because as we mentioned, we've been on the phone with THP. We've been on the phone with the sheriff's office, with the police department. We've sent emails as well, working to make sure we figure out what started this and how this is all going to end. So stay with Fox 17 News because we are working the phones right now, working to get you some more information. Let's go ahead and check in with Traffic Jam Sam, who has an eye on the roads.
Yeah, I want to show you this shot that's been popping up during our coverage here too. You can see this is a live look from our camera from TDOT overlooking 231, that's South Church Street, also known as Shelbyville Highway, exit 81. I know a lot of you live in this area and know this exit's like the back of your hand. They are letting traffic get by on South Church and the westbound and eastbound directions, but it's definitely backing up. And where you see all these lights right here, I know it's dark, this is the entrance ramp to get onto 24 West. So drivers cannot use Church Street 231 to get onto 24 West. So that is the main issue here. Again, the interstate really not impacted. It's just getting to the interstate, and that's traveling inbound 24 westbound. So a few steer clear detours for you. Again, I would avoid even getting on or off 231 South Church because even though if you're not even getting onto the interstate, you're just taking that in and out of Murfreesboro. It's very backed up and it's a pretty scary situation. So you might want to stay away from that situation anyway. So you've got a few options. You can get on before, that'd be Joe B. Jackson Parkway on the 24 West, or you can get on after that South Church Street exit and get on at 99, that's New Salem, or even go up to 96. It really just depends where you're coming from and where you're going to, but obviously a very sensitive situation on the roadways here. So I would advise staying off of South Church 231, and again, you cannot even enter 24 West from that South Church entrance ramp in Murfreesboro. Again, this is impacting a lot of our Murfreesboro and Rutherford County commuters. So a pretty big scene here. We're going to keep a close watch on this as they are letting traffic still get by. We'll be checking in too with Fox 17 Sarah Small on scene, getting the latest information right here on Fox 17 News this morning.
All right, thanks so much, Sam. 6:18 is your time right now. Our Skywatch 17 code red weather alert. The other big story that we're following here for today, and a quick look at your extended forecast. A very busy week ahead, especially tomorrow night into Thursday. Those are going to be our code red days with that heavy rain rolling through, the potential of some flooding and some strong thunderstorms, and temps that'll be in the mid to upper 70s before that. Then we fall back Saturday night into Sunday. So don't forget about that time change where we get that extra hour of sleep. Here's the next weather maker, and this front is basically going to be in the northern and central plains, extending all the way down from Minnesota into parts of Texas. And out ahead of that front is going to be that warm air, but it will also help to increase our moisture, the southerly flow out ahead of that front, which is what we're already seeing out there this morning with some cloud cover. And you can probably smell that kind of rain, and you see the ring around the moon, indication that we're going to definitely see some rain over the next couple of days. Our code red threats, biggest impact, still heavy rain, and also some of the gusty wind that we'll see with those thunderstorms. We're going to have a pretty breezy to windy day tomorrow. That's going to be ahead of that system. So that's not the wind that we're concerned about. It's going to be that wind that's going to be rolling through as those storms cross in late tomorrow night. Also, flood watch is posted for all of southern Kentucky here. These start tomorrow night and go through Thursday night as well. Not necessarily in the mid-state yet, but that could change. Let's check the future track here for today. We're going to see 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon. A bit breezy at times, but overall not too bad and definitely warm. The rain showers, they don't start to affect us even until late on Wednesday afternoon. So 2, 3 o'clock, we're still going to be dry. If you want to get the kids out for a trunk or treat by midday or maybe in the early part of the afternoon, that's going to be a better bet than the evening time, because that's when some of those showers and storms will roll in. We're talking 6, 7 o'clock, Clarksville, Dixon into Nashville, up toward Gallatin and Bowling Green as well. And then the real heavy rain is going to be in the overnight hours, more than likely while you're sleeping. We'll be on the air 4 o'clock on Thursday morning, as we are every weekday morning at 4 a.m. And this is probably what we're going to be seeing here, a long line of showers and storms that is going to bring a lot of rain, and that's going to affect our commute pretty heavily on Wednesday as well, with some of that heavy rain sticking around. In terms of how much rain we're talking about, this is tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Notice still those areas to the northwest picking up 1 to 2 inches, but look at all these zeros here. So again, might have a little bit of a window, even though it's going to be windy at times, to get the kids out and get some of that trick-or-treating done before that heavier rain rolls through. And that's going to be rolling through in the late night hours and overnight as well, as we'll add to those rain totals. Overall, about 1 to 2 to 3 inches in some spots here, but a pretty decent amount of rain in a short amount of time, which is what's going to give us that flooding potential. Trick-or-treat cast going to be warm for those kids tomorrow evening, or afternoon, I should say, with mid to upper 70s. And then we'll keep those 70s around even into the 6, 7, and 8 o'clock hour. Just a bit windy too. So here's what to do before that rain hits. Try to get the leaves off of your gutters today if you can, because we don't want that ponding to be an issue in some of those areas where it gets all backed up. And then it's going to be breezy and windy on Wednesday, so you may want to secure some of those holiday decorations and either deflate those inflatable things. I know it's Halloween, we don't want to have to put those away, but just know that wind is really going to kick up tomorrow. You can see your extended forecast. Again, another look at this, upper 50s by Friday. We'll be a little bit cooler as we approach the weekend, and we fall back Saturday night into Sunday as we stop daylight saving time and go back to standard time.
Justin, thank you. It is 6:21 right now on this Tuesday morning. Uber and Lyft both have a policy, and that policy says they will not give rides to unaccompanied minors.
But a Fox 17 News investigation sent a teen undercover and found local drivers giving kids rides with no parents in sight. 15-year-old Natalie and her mom agreed to be part of our investigation. We called an Uber and Lyft to take Natalie to a Starbucks about a mile from her house. Both drivers let her in and drove off right away. Fox 17 News crews followed behind to make sure she stayed safe.
It doesn't surprise me, but it does concern me. It concerns me greatly.
We spoke to seasoned drivers who say it's hard to sometimes guess a rider's age, but Uber and Lyft's policies say drivers should ask for ID if they are unsure.
Right now, 6:22, and we will continue to keep you updated on the breaking news out of Rutherford County this morning. We are taking a live look at the Tennessee Highway Patrol Explosive Ordnance Disposal Team. In simple terms, this is the bomb squad. They are working to find out what's in a truck that is parked just at the entrance ramp to I-24 on Church Street. We've seen the robot go in. We've seen a technician go in,
yeah.
you know, in the full bomb suit go in as well. We're going to work to get you an update and have that on the other side of this quick break. Good morning. 6:25 right now on this Tuesday morning. A live look over downtown Nashville. The sun is just starting to creep up on the horizon there. You can see that little bit of a glow. A reminder, folks, in case you're just waking up and joining us, good morning. We are in a code red weather alert. We are keeping an eye on flooding that will move its way into Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky tomorrow night. In fact, we've got flood watches already posted. Meteorologist Justin Chambers is tracking that for you live through 9 a.m. By the way, today's going to be a great day to go ahead and rake the leaves around the house, because that heavy rain can drag them into the gutters. It can clog the storm drains and create some ponding problems. You may also want to consider taking down those big Halloween decorations today. Wind gusts tomorrow could be enough to knock anything down and blow those inflatables around the neighborhood. Happening today, President Trump and the First Lady will go to Pittsburgh after the worst anti-Semitic crime in American history. But many people, even the city's mayor in Pittsburgh, are asking the president to change his plans. He sparked controversy when he suggested that an armed guard inside the temple might have prevented the tragedy. Today is also the first day of funerals for some of those 11 victims.
I do believe that it would be best to put the attention on the families this week. And if he were to visit, choose a different time to be able to do it.
The man accused of opening fire inside that synagogue showed up to court in a wheelchair yesterday. He'd been in the hospital for injuries in a gun battle with police. Some of the first nurses and doctors to treat him were Jewish. And overnight here at home, more than 1,000 people from all different religions packed a room at the temple in Nashville to come together and promote peace over hate. A group of Nashvillians who understand the pain from Pittsburgh all too well are the victims of the Burnett Chapel Church shooting in Antioch. Reverend Joey Spann, one of the 7 people who got hurt when a gunman opened fire inside that Antioch church a year ago. One woman died here at home, and this past Sunday, Joey Spann reopened the auditorium where the shooting happened for the first time.
6:28 is your time. A code red weather alert continues as we're going to see more of that heavy rain and thunderstorms on the way. The other thing we're talking about, the time change. Check out those Saturday and Sunday sunrise and sunset times. Quite a difference as you fall back before you go to bed Saturday night. We'll have another look at that forecast for you in just a few minutes.
And right now, following that breaking news scene in Murfreesboro, we are watching this unfold live right here, 24 at Church Street. That exit and entrance ramp still blocked. We'll have the latest coming up at 6:30 on Fox 17 News this morning.